Hi everyone, in this tutorial I will show you how to create these pixel perfect textures. First of all, a huge thanks to More tutorial, and without it I could not have learned that. So thank you. First, let's create a plan. Now we have a plan. Let's press the 7 to go to the top view. Now our goal is to have that each of this small square of the grid to be 1 pixel. Okay, so this we want to be 1 unit, and each of these small squares to be 1 pixel. So when we draw, it will draw like a pixel art. And to do that, we need to make our scale and everything to be pixel perfect. So let's start with that. To do that, we need to fix first the scale of the grid. So go to viewport overlay, and let's fix this. This is the scale of the grid. Here, let's make it 0.063. And here, let's make it 16. But as you can see, it's great, so it's not working. To fix that, let's go to our world setting, our scene setting. Let's go to units and change this from metric to none. Now you will remark that it changed. And if you go to this, it's 16, like it's subdivide. So that means basically each one it having like 16 divide, okay? So there is like 16 pixel. Now let's delete this, okay? And let's create a new plan. As you can see, let's go to here. It's 2, which means like the size of this is 2 of the big squares. So let's make it 1. Now let's move this and press Ctrl. As you can see, now 1 unit is like 1 big square. And if we go to edit mode, then choose the edge and we press E, we can extrude it as we want in X, of course, but let's press Ctrl and you can see now it's moving by 1 pixel. And this is what we meant by pixel perfect. The second thing that I wanted to show you is that if we do this, like if we scale it up, you can see now it's a little bit off. When it's a little bit off, it will be tricky to make it work, but there is one solution, which is basically to enter edit mode, select everything, and then Shift S and go to selection to grid. Now it's pixel perfect. First thing, download texture density checker. Just go to the drag and drop into Blender, drag it and drop it into Blender, and it will install it. Here we go. Now let's go to edit, preference, and hit it, then the texture density checker. Activate it now. Now if you press N, you may see nothing, but you need first to add an object. So let's add a plan. Okay, and now if we press N, we have the texture density added on activated. What this does basically, it's allow you to create a pixel perfect texture so you can use them. Let's go to material and added the material for it. Material plan. Okay. Of course, now you are wondering, why did we do this? The thing is, to make pixel perfect textures, you need to prepare your model. If you do it without preparing your model and your grid, it will be a little bit a mess to make it work. Like it will always have like some places that are not pixel perfect, and it will make life difficult for you. So one good thing is to first fix the scale of the grid as we did, and then make sure that your model is like united with this, like it's aligned with each grid, each small pixel. Like you don't want your model to be like this, like with this space right here. Like you want it to be as perfect, as aligned with these lines of the grid as possible to make the texturing process easier for yourself. Now let's go to add another window like that, just pressing and just dragging. And now let's go to the shader editor. I have provided some textures that we got from Mort texture series. And this whole tutorial, as I said before, is based on that tutorial. Like I learned a lot from him thanks to him. So let's add the texture. We go to the texture and here are they. And we have 32, 48 and 64. Let's choose the 32 for our model. And just put it right here. And just align it with the base color. Now go here and choose this to see it. Now, as you can see, it's blurry. So let's go for linear and make it closest. So now, of course, you are wondering, what does that mean? Like, is this like just thing? No. Each of these small pixels is one pixel. Okay, so we want now to be these small pixels to be aligned with our grid. So we want this one, which is small, to be as big as this one. Of course, we can go to UV editor and choose our like this, and just choose this and just make it a little bit smaller. Okay, like this, choose it and just make it a little bit smaller to make this each of this very big, to align them, like maybe close to this or close to this, maybe. Okay, but an easier way to do that is use the added on that we installed before, the texel density one. So let's go to texture size, custom in our case. So let's make it 32 by 32, and we can go to this set texture density and we make it 0.1625. And then we press this set TD. And now, as you can see, it took a small branch, it took the end off, and now each one is 1. Okay, and we basically fixed it. Now let's start coloring. Of course, you can use your own tools, like maybe export the UVs to Krita or anything, but I want to show you how to do it inside Blender. So go to edit mode. No, not in edit mode, go to object mode, then go to texture paint. Because we have set it our object, let's change the color right here. So let's do this, let's leave it red, maybe. Okay, and then if you start drawing now, you can see that it draw in a pixel art mode. Okay, so as you can see, of course, maybe you don't like this blurry around it, so go to right here, the fall off, and change it to constant, and now you don't have that blurry thing. And as you can see, now you are coloring in a pixel art way, like it's now pixel perfect. Of course, you can like color everything. Okay, so just let me show you one thing. Like, let's say you can just make it smaller. Like, let's say you are like, maybe you want to color just 1 pixel, so press F and just make it smaller, and now you can draw in 1 pixel. Okay, as you can see. Of course, there is the paint tool where you can paint everything, and if you press, you will see that it's bleeding out of the UV that you have created, and that's because there is this option that it's activated all the time. Here is 2 pixels, so let's Ctrl Z and then press option, make it 1 pixel, and if you do this, let's make it 0 pixel then, and bam, now it's perfect to this. What do we have to, like, yeah, like I wanted to show you another thing, so let's go to object mode, then edit mode, and inside edit mode, let's press Ctrl R to add 1 cut like that. I just want to show you that we can use like a mask, so we can color a side without coloring another side. So let's go to texture paint. Now if you paint, you can see that you can go all the way, right? But if we go to object mode, go to edit mode, then choose a face. Let's choose this face. We want to draw only on this face. Now we can go back to texture paint and then choose this paint mask. If we press, as you can see, now we can color only on this, like we can't color the other side. Okay, and this is perfect if you have a model and you want to like create like a mask on only a face to color it. Now I want to show you how to use a palette. Like if you have a palette of colors and you want to use it, of course you can add it. Let's go to low spec and let's choose a 1. Let's say we want to use this one. Okay, let's download it and let's put it inside Blender right here. Of course, we're not going to use it on the UV. I'm going to the image editor. Inside image, let's go to extract palette. Here it is. Now we have extracted the palette. Now let's go to the paint tool, our paint tool, exactly here. Color picker, we don't need a color picker, we need a color palette. And let's choose this one. And here it is. Now we can use this one to color as we want. As you can see, there is this little small bit right here. It's because we are not using any bleeding, and there is some little space here. So let's do option 1, just make it a little bit as we need. But this have of course the risk of, if you go to UV editor and let's choose the pixel one, you have some bleeding out. So you need always to keep some space between your UVs. When you finish drawing, like this is just a little thing, it's not, I did not really draw, but I just wanted to create something. So when you finish drawing, be sure to image and save image as, and then save it, okay? Because if you don't save it, you will lose it, basically. One last thing, as you can see, there is like bleeding outside. If it's annoying you, like it's annoying me right now, and you want to fix it, basically there is 2 ways. As I said, either you leave some bleeding, like maybe 1, or you can just select like your in edit mode, like let's first delete this, let's dissolve edge, and let's like just select this and be sure that everything is just in the size of 1 pixel, like just a little bit, fix it a little bit, and this is it basically. And now you have fixed it, okay? And now you should be able to just take off the bleeding, like if you go to options, no, I mean like in texture painting, like just go here and just go to texture paint, here just take off the bleeding out, okay? Now you can just color it. Let's say we did this. Now you can save this, like let's change the name of this. Here let's make it LOL just to test, and just go to image, save as. Inside here it's LOL as we named it, and just save as a new. And now if we choose like image and edit externally, you can edit it right here. Of course, if you don't have aseprite or you did not know how to edit it, go to edit, preference, and then go to file paths, application, and in image editor, choose the location of your aseprite, in my case in Steam, and just choose it. If you use another program, just use that program. And now if you do image and edit externally, you can edit it in that program. And now if we move it anything or added anything, let's say you did this, you can just save, and after that you can just go to Blender, and inside image you can choose reload, and now you have done this. Of course there is like the inspire tile tool. It's pretty useful. For some reason it's not working for me, I don't get it why, but if you activate it, if you manage to activate it, there is a auto mode, and in this auto mode, you basically, whenever you change anything in this, not only in aseprite, in aseprite or in Krita or any program you use, it will automatically reload your texture, so it will like update in real time, which is nice. So now let's talk about our model. Let's go to the edit mode. First, let's choose this. Here we go. And as you can see, let's like split this and go to basically image texture so we can see it. Not this one, maybe editor, yeah, not this one. Here it is. So as you can see, all I did is what I have shown you before, and I just color it inside Blender, okay? And I used shader editor. Inside shader editor, if you go right here, you can see that I have linked it to emission, and basically I colored all this, okay? I did the same thing for, like if we sorry, this, for this basically, and for this I mean, okay? For this I think I just copied the, here it is, I will texture it too, and this one, like I have done the same thing. I just texture it the same way, like just emission, and I just used some pixel to color on top of it. And for this model, I have got it from Sketchfab. Here it is. It's from this creator. Thank you a lot, Potion Monkey. and this is basically the model, and all this are basically like the flowers and everything. I just like 2D, like I just chose some 2D images, and I use them as like I can see as an alpha and a base color. And for this I basically used a particle system, an old particle system. Okay, like I did not even use the geometry tool, I just used some particle system, and this is it. This is the model.